I'm Sharice Meyerly, and I work as a missionary with my family here in Honduras with Adventure and Missions, working at Vida Christian Academy. Honduras has always been an important part of my life, as my parents are actually the founders of Adventure and Missions. So I grew up as a missionary kid, partially in Canada, and also spending quite a bit of time in Honduras as well throughout my time in school and high school. During that time is when God was putting on my heart um, the people of Honduras, specifically the children, and just showing me his desire that Hondurans would be prepared both with the skills that they need and also established in a faith and in a relationship with him, that they would be able to make changes within their own communities and their own nation. During that time is when I started to have a desire and an interest in education. And as I was a university student, I spent a lot of time in the summer working in projects with the local public school in the community of El Cacao, where we're located. The missions medical clinic is actually right next to the public school. And in that time, then we began a remedial reading program with the public school, where we would pull out students that were behind in reading in Spanish, and we would do some targeted skills and practice with them. And a lot of the time, these students were also from families that were the most impoverished or most dysfunctional, and just so much need. So a lot of that also just involved loving and caring for these students with all the different needs that they had, in addition to teaching literacy skills. During the time that we were working with the public school, myself and my now husband Nelvin just began to see that the need was so great, and the public school was so dysfunctional with so much corruption. The same way that we see corruption in the general government, it's also so present in the education system. Which is the funding and the resources that are needed at the student level not getting down to them. And in that time is when we began to see that if we wanted to really make an impact, we were going to need to make a different system that was outside of the public system. And that's when we began to have this crazy vision for starting our own school that would both prepare our students with the skills they need to succeed and be bilingual, but that would also just be centered on knowing Jesus and developing a relationship with Jesus. That would then prepare students to go into all parts of society, take leadership roles, and do so with the quality education that they need to be able to do so, but also with out of a relationship with Jesus. And that's where we started. And since then, we have seen Vida grow. We have expanded. We have so many more teachers that are working with us on our team. And we have students coming from many different rural communities that want to study and learn at Vida.